I think it was really, really well portrayed, the transition that he went through the film. I think he portrayed really well. Although it's a story of hope and it's a story of sort of discovering yourself and being who you are, it's also, you did see him kind of breaking a bit, and at the beginning he's just so refined, and sort of throughout the film you see him gradually, you see things affecting him, and you see that, and I think he carried it really, really well.
So the reason I came to see The Black Prince this evening was for the fact that I just felt it's so current with regards to the climate, about power and about where your heart's from and what you stand for. I also believe that it's shot so beautifully, and I think everybody should go to see it.
Yes, I did like the film. I've been very interested in it. We're here in Manchester International Film Festival. The way the film went and what angles it took, both on him and compared to the books I've read about him and the background knowledge I've done, what he was like.
I found The Black Prince to be a very interesting film overall. It was intriguing to find out about the Punjabi culture, and quite frankly the way the British acted. I think as a British person sitting in there and watching the film, the most fascinating point was to actually understand how we acted during that period and what we did to those people. For right or wrong reasons, it was very, very interesting to learn about it. I think no matter what culture you're from, what your religious background is, I think there is a lot to learn. And as I said before, as a British person, it was maybe shocking in some respects, some of the learnings actually that I wouldn't have known, and I feel like,
About the film, I think it's a fantastic film. Definitely go out and see it. Definitely go out, make your own mind up. It's a very big story. I think it's very difficult to be able to tell the full story, but it definitely gives you one element, and I think the element they took and the element they told very well. So fantastic. I'd like to thank them for telling the story for one. I think it's one that's been a long time coming. One thing that definitely surprised me was, although you heard a lot of research went into the film, but definitely the thing that surprised me is how he came back to his faith. I mean, we all know that where he's buried here in England, and there's always assumption was that he was buried and he basically passed away in his last breaths as a Christian. To say that so he came back to his faith, I think is interesting, something that I didn't fully know. So to see that he came back to his faith and he actually died of sick and that, and again, but it showed the complexities of the character that he had, because obviously his family was Christian, and obviously there's nothing wrong with that either.
Sort of learning about the rituals of being a Sikh when he'd sort of lost himself, I think, and he had to be reborn into a Sikh again, which I think was quite interesting, because after forgetting about it for so long and then starting again when you're so old, it's like learning a whole new identity, and I think that was quite interesting. I didn't know the story of Dilip Singh at all, and I feel quite ashamed that I don't know, because I'm Sikh and my family's Sikh, and it's something I will go and tell my dad to watch now, because I think he'd really like it, and I think it was made really well, so I'm going to give it a 5.
It's really beautifully shot as well. It's extremely impressive.
I think it was a brilliant film, true to history. I quite enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed all of it, to be because it follows the history. I've read a lot of the history of Punjab, especially Maharaja Ranjit Singh, leading up to what happened with Maharaja Dilip Singh.